one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How high? No,
Greatest fucking Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man. Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches in the What's going on, folks? What is going on? Welcome back to another Thursday night football recap. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
And I am your favorite, Malin Dennis.
I'm your other co-host, Junebug Spade.
Rolling hard and fast out of the 253. It is G-Money.
Oh, gentlemen. We are joined for another recap here. And the Bucs fall to the Falcons. Last second walk-off field goal by the Falcons to win the game. Final score here was 29-28 Falcons. And the Bucs did not cover, and it was really stupid to watch in the final few minutes of this one. Yeah, I mean, it was a sloppy game, very, very messy, penalty full. I mean, this game was just full of penalties, just flat out. I don't know what else to say about that part. But, you know, Baker Mayfield throws an interception late in the game. Falcons get the ball back, and Kirk Cousins had an anomaly. He actually pulled off a clutch win in a primetime game, which I did not see that one.
Yeah, that was wild.
What did you guys think of the way Captain Kirk played? We'll start with you, Malin.
What?
Start with you.
What did you think of the way Kirk Cousins played?
But I don't know. In the first half, he looked pretty good because he was dialing it in the number 8 there. And then in the third quarter, he looked god awful. And then in the fourth quarter, I don't know if he looked good or Tampa's defense just looked bad or what was happening. I mean, he did have that one great throw that was dropped in the end zone also in the third quarter. I think that was the third quarter that happened. Like he was throwing some good balls. Bijan Robinson, though, I mean, how many times are you gonna fumble in the second half, man? He did it last week, did it this week. I'm like, God damn, man, hold on to the fucking ball. But I felt like it was all right. I don't think either of these offenses like necessarily wowed you in this game. I'll tell you one thing though: if Mike Evans can do what he did tonight, going forward, then my fantasy football is my fantasy football team's looking good. I put him back in the flex, man. He had 6 catches for 132 yards, man. That's good for 19 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad for your first game back in like 7 weeks or something. That wasn't bad.
Yeah. Speaking of Bijan Robinson, June, what did you think of the game that he had? Because he was, I mean, just running all over Tampa's defense. It seemed like every time he looked up, anytime he got the ball, it was like he was automatically starting in the Bucs secondary. So what did you think about the way that Bijan played tonight?
You know, besides the fumbles, I think he was very aggressive in his running and catching tonight. It seemed like he wanted them to put the ball in his hands, and he wanted the offense to move through him. And I think that was a perfect way to stay in this game. Even when they got down, they still found a way to get Bijan Robinson the football, either by a pass or by a draw. And if it wasn't for a few of those other penalties that they had, they might have won this game by 2 touchdowns because he might have had, over. He didn't get to 100 yards because of the penalties they kept getting on his runs. Like that 130-yard run, they had a penalty. Just think about if they didn't have those penalties on his runs. This man might have had 150 yards tonight and a couple of scores. So I think he played great, and Tampa just did not have an answer for him, and he moved the sticks efficiently and really kept this game close. And like I said, if it wasn't for the penalties, the score might have been 2 touchdowns the other way. So I think he had a great game. Like I put in the chat tonight, I was like, man, just think if we had Bijan Robinson on Dallas, with somebody like that, with the running back that we have, and he's putting up the numbers he's doing. Just think about a running back like Bijan Robinson and what he could actually do. So it was impressive.
Typical Cowboys fan hating on his own team when he's like top 5 in rushing like somebody else. What the hell? Hey, that one touchdown run that Bijan had in the fourth quarter, man, where it seemed like the simplest of a little stutter step, but I think he caught 6 Bucks defenders flat-footed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like, how did half defense stand still and he just stuttered to the left and walked in the end zone? I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Mhm.
I was like, is this like slow motion Madden right now? Like, nobody moved. Like, none of them could do shit to get over to the edge. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. This game really came down to mistakes in the end. And, not all mistakes are created equally because Atlanta made a ton of them in the first half of this game. I mean, really throughout the entire game. But Baker's costly interception
Yeah.
completely outweighed the 125 penalty yards that Tampa benefited from
Terrible pass.
and put the ball back in Kirk Cousins' hands. What did you think of that? Just the way that kind of Baker was playing down the stretch there, G-Money, in the fourth quarter.
He's played exactly like he played the last 7 games. No different. And the only difference, of course, being that he had Evans back, he had McMillan and Ibuka. I mean, and still, and one of his issues was because Evans was being covered by Kobe Bryant, and not the great guard of the Lakers, but a free agent corner, rookie corner who couldn't cover shit if he was sitting on it. And that interception, if he had actually read the coverage and realized they were playing zone and not man, he wouldn't have thrown that pass.
Right.
But he didn't read the coverage. All he saw was Evans against Bryant. And he's like, oh God, that's a first down. That could even be a touchdown. And he threw it, not seeing the other cornerback follow him and pick it off. So that, and you see that with all quarterbacks. They get greedy. They find a corner that they can pick on who can't cover, and they go at him and go at him and go at him. And at some point, coaching realizes that and says, you know what, we're going to switch up our coverage. We'll make it look like man and flip to zone. And so you'll go to that wide receiver again because he went to Evans, I think, 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
So, you go to Evans 12 times. He only had 6 receptions. So he only got 50%. But because he was covered by Kobe Bryant all the time, Baker just felt like he could do that. He could go there. And, it was costly. He probably should have looked him off and looked at Ibuka or McMillan and gone there. Because, quite frankly, as Seattle showed last week, the corners for Atlanta aren't good. So he didn't have to go there. He could have looked him off. He didn't, and he paid for it. And even then, I mean, Atlanta goes and scores, tries to get 2, and they can't. You still have time. I don't know why you feel like you have to throw the ball all the time. You don't have to. You can run the ball. You can do some play action. You can do some. If you're gonna do passing, do a fucking screen. Do something like that. Send your guys out. Do medium routes and hit a screen to your running back or something. Run the clock. But that's on not just Baker on trying to force throwing the ball because he didn't read the coverage, but really how he played the fourth quarter was how he played the other games. It seems to me that Tampa, if they get the lead, especially the last like 7 games, they find ways to lose as opposed to finding a way to win, or you find ways to lose, whether you're throwing an interception, you're fumbling the ball, you're turning over and downs, and then your defense can't stop the other team. And Atlanta had basically their 2 main players, Pitts and Robinson. They did go to his other tight end, Sills, who missed that wide open touchdown pass that just kind of went off his hands because he forgot how to catch. But really, Tampa should have won that game. Whether you win it by 14 or you win it by 4, that was a game you should have won. And you let it slip away from you, and that's on you.
That's
strictly. Yeah. They can't. They just. There's a pattern, my friends, and now you've got 3 games left, and 2 of those against Carolina, and you've got to win all 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 things real quick, Jalen. One, I would just like to make a public service announcement to everybody in America who has the last name Bryant. You do not have to name your kid Kobe. I think this is like the 4th Kobe Bryant I've seen in the NFL in the last 4 years. Y'all need to stop. Like, come up with something original. All right. Let's just stop that. And we're getting cute with this one kid. We're gonna spell it Cobee. Like, we're gonna try not to shut up. Second, I did look at Kirk Cousins' numbers when you asked me about like how his day was. The fact that he was 30 for 44 for 373 and 3 touchdowns. I watched that entire game, never once saw his stats, and didn't think he was rifling it like that. Almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. No, only got sacked 1 time. Crazy.
Well,
yeah.
Didn't he throw for 509 yards? Like, was it last year?
Yeah, it was last year. He threw for 500 something yards, I think, and like 5 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, against Tampa. So
so he put up a pretty good game against him.
So he likes to play Tampa. That's what it comes down to.
Much better than Baker's 19 of 34 for 277, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. When Baker is being shown up by Kirk Cousins, and Baker was an MVP candidate throughout the first 7 weeks of the year, people were talking about Baker being MVP. Yeah. Okay. Glad we gave that a rest. Shit.
What I really want to know is that first 2-point conversion that Atlanta tried. They failed. Tampa gets the ball back. They don't do anything with it. Clock is stopped. Atlanta continues to shoot themselves in the foot, though, as they are trying to make this game-winning drive. Get to a 3rd and 28.
3rd and 28.
And Kyle Pitts catches a nice ball, gets some yards after the catch, makes it 4th and manageable.
14, yeah.
And Tampa still gives that up. How in the hell does that happen?
That's just poor play calling on the defensive side of the ball. You know exactly. They got 3rd and 28. Kyle Pitts has been killing you, absolutely murdering you this entire match. Why are you not putting a linebacker underneath and manning him up with a corner at this point? Because they're not going to anybody else. Drake London's out the game, so you got Mooney, you got this kid Seals, and you got Bijan, and you got Pitts. Okay, you know who he's going to in this situation. Why are you not rotating your defense to blanket him? I think on that 3rd and 28, I swear to God, he didn't look off anybody else. He waited for Kyle Pitts to sit in that zone and get that ball to him. I swear he did. He knew who he was going to in that situation just to get a few yards on that.
You know what pisses me off, Jalen? You wait until the year that no one wants your ass in fantasy football. And he's on G Money's roster. I don't know if G Money's even looked at what this man actually did. 11 catches for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns. He scored
did.
45.6 points in
I know.
fantasy.
I did. I saw that. I was like,
there are people that are starting the playoffs in fantasy football right now, going up against somebody that started Kyle Pitts,
and they're mad as hell
right now.
They are mad as hell, buddy.
45.6 points out of your tight end. I don't know that I've ever seen that number out of a tight end. I'm sure Gronk is probably, but 11 catches for 166 and 3 touchdowns.
God,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, this is what they expected out of him when they drafted him, and they never really got it. So,
well, this is a contract year.
Yeah, well, this is the only game he's done that. So it's like, no, dude, you do it for the next 3 games, and we'll talk money. But if you go back to your five catches on 15 targets, and you get me 48 yards, nah, man, someone may pay you money.
He'd gotten over, he got 15 points last week, 15.2 the week before. He had 4 weeks of nothing burgers. But then just shit, man. 166 yards on 11 catches.
Yeah.
He played out of his mind. I mean, and
there's so many people angry in fantasy right now, man. There's a lot of people that are really happy. But there was somebody going into fantasy to where it was the win probability was I'm going up against this joke. It's 68%. And then Kyle Pitts on the other team scores 45 points in the tight end position. You wake up the next day and your win probability is already at 30. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. 45 points. How the hell do you what? How? Yeah, I said this. Tampa is not that good of a team. They're not. And their defense, one of the things they could really rest their laurels on is that defensively, they were pretty solid. And they haven't been.
No.
And you could
whole side of the field too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
That's what he's supposed to be known for, and he's getting cooked.
They lost 2 people, and they lost 2 more defensive guys tonight.
Well,
yeah, he's getting fired.
I think both of those head coaches may be in some trouble.
Yeah,
at least one of them is. Looking ahead, Tampa, we mentioned it earlier, but they've got Carolina next week, and then Miami, and then Carolina again. We talked about this last night, but with them picking up this loss, are you guys kind of writing them off at this point, or you still think they could win out?
You still have 2 games against Carolina, so it's hard to say who's going to win the division because we haven't seen them play each other yet.
Yeah,
that first game is going to be a big indicator, but I still stand by what we were saying just last night. That whoever comes out of the NFC South is not going to be a player in the playoffs, meaning that the NFC South champion is not going to the NFC title game. It's not happening. So as far as being in or out on them, if you wanted to win division so that you guys can celebrate, I don't know, not one step above mediocrity. if you want to do what the Cowboys have done for the last 30+ years and go ahead and win the division and do that.
t-shirt.
But they're not going to be nothing. I'm sorry, June. He hates me. But yeah, in or out, none of us were really in on them after this collapse with the Bucks. In Carolina, no one really trusts them. So it is what it is with these two teams.
Shout
Well,
out
I
to
think what
sorry, real quick. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic in the chat. He says, "What's up, guys? First timer, just subscribed. Pitts still gotta go."
yeah, I think he will. But I want to say this about Tampa tonight. Just the fact that you just let a team beat you that had 19 penalties. 19 penalties, and you let this team beat you. And they were still getting penalties on their last drive to beat you. This is so Todd Bowles, great coach, done some good things, but unfortunately, I think the time for Todd Bowles has passed. Raheem Morris is done. Okay, Raheem Morris is done. You've had all the talent. He should be. You've had all the talent. You've done this, but you can't get it right with your team. But Todd Bowles, I'm really disappointed. The last 2 weeks of this season, I've been really disappointed in Todd Bowles because this doesn't seem like a team that's won the division 5 straight years.
You can't. You
Okay,
can't lose to two bad teams in your own division
that are both out the playoffs.
Yeah. Because at this point, like, I don't know what I can look it up real quick, but I don't know what the Carolina's standing is in the division. But even if they split, that could be detrimental to them because they've now so Carolina's 3-4 in the division. No, they're not. They're 2-1 in the division, and Tampa's 2-2 in the division before tonight. So, that's not good, man. When you lose 2 games,
as you are heading into the playoffs, you guys realize they've won 1 game since October.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
This team in the NFC, especially after, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when they beat the Seahawks,
that was
holy shit! Baker Mayfield was MVP, and Luka was better than JSN and any other Ohio State wide receiver that had been. Oh man, he was going to win Rookie of the Year. Like that was, it was a done deal. Like. They were comparing those two, JSN and him, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's only a rookie, but he's so much better than JSN." And all JSN's done is just ball out.
Yeah.
Then
you want to hear crazy? You want to hear something crazy? So Tampa's lost the last 2 weeks to 2 bad teams, right? And here's the crazy part: the Saints had 10 penalties for 82 yards last week. Their meltdowns is coming in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
They're melting down in the 4th quarter.
When they were up 14 in the 4th, I was like, well, we're cruising for a win, Jalen. I was like, we're up 14. Even when they got the touchdown and we're up by 8 because it missed a 2-point conversion, I was like, we're still fine. This is fine. Even when Baker throws the interception, I'm like, whatever. 3rd and 28, I'm like, we're good. First down, I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on? And at that point, I'm like, I hope they win this game. Like, I hope they win this game at this point.
This is if you're a Tampa fan, this has to be maddening. They are. I can just imagine, especially with you tomorrow, Malin, when you go in to work and they're going to be, got all these Tampa fans coming in.
Listen, man, I hope my ex-wife wins this tonight. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I hope
Oh my gosh.
they went to bed angry.
Yeah.
Falcons
Yeah.
Fandemic says we got swept by Carolina, so we can't talk.
Well,
Yeah, I was the thing about Atlanta is I picked them to win that division the last 2 years. I picked them to win the division. I really did.
Why I did that?
And
the crazy thing,
it's crazy. So
thing that I thought was so funny, Jalen, is that like the game at halftime was close,
mhm.
and then Tampa had that big third quarter, and I was thinking it was going to be like the Seahawks game, Gary.
Seahawks.
It's like,
Yep.
well, it was tied and close at
Mhm.
halftime. Then the Seahawks had a big third quarter, and they just put it on them, and they're just going to put the Falcons to bed, and we won like 37-9 or some bullshit like that. And so when we were in the fourth quarter and it was at 14, I was like, man, all right, well, yeah, I'm glad that, like, I don't want Tampa to win, but I thought they would. But I'm glad that Atlanta won, though, because what really would have pissed me off is if Tampa won by 2
Yeah.
and then I lose a ride or die and Tampa wins. That would have pissed
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna happen.
that would have really
thing.
made me angry.
Well,
And-
I thought that was
I'll
gonna
do
happen.
ride or die if it means a Bucks loss. I'll do it any day.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought too. I thought that Atlanta was going to screw it up. They're going to do something. It was just screw it up. And when Cousins fumbled the ball, I thought, okay, that's it. That's the game because all Tampa has to do then is run out the clock. Nobody has timeouts left. Yeah, just kneel down. That's all they have to do, and they win by 2. And I still win the ride and die. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't care. And then when they said no, Atlanta had the tie goes to the offensive thing. I'm like,
when have you
is
ever
this
heard
baseball?
No,
Is this
never.
baseball? Yeah, tie goes to the runner.
I'm telling
I mean,
you,
it
you
was
gotta
just
just lay
crazy.
down with the ball. You gotta just lay
How do you
down
have
with the
a tie
ball.
with a fumble?
I don't know.
Simultaneously,
I have no
this is
clue.
not 2012 with the Fail Mary with replacement refs, Packers, Seahawks. How do you have a tie?
They
Going
also
for
made
the
at the beginning of the game. They made another weird call where the Bucks jumped off sides, and there was called a delay
Mhm.
of game, and I was like, what?
Yeah. They called that delayed game. I was like, what is how they jump outside to get a delayed game? That didn't make any sense to me.
Bizarre.
The ball was snapped before the time ran out, so how's it a delayed game?
It was weird, man. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, this division is doomed. Well, I don't care what happens at this point.
Tampa. This is for Tampa.
Come on, Carolina, make this more interesting.
Yeah.
With that being said, folks, we are going to get up off of here. Next time you see us will be Sunday night. What is the Sunday night game?
Dallas and Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll be here same time.
Dallas should win that one. Dallas will win and cover.
I think we should not. We should skip that one. Do the Monday night game.
We'll be back on Sunday nights.
That'd be crazy.
All right, folks. Have a good night. Be sure to follow us on social media at AFR Sports. It's in the description. Be sure to follow June individually. His TikTok is in the description. See you on Sunday night and have a good weekend. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.